defenders there. Ball batted around loose. Who wants it? Oh, my goodness. Giannis hikes it to
One thing I'll say is that after we won the medal, because everything that I ever set my mind to do, I did not expect it's going to be handed to me. I put the work.
Who did I say was the best player in the NBA, Skip?
And you were wrong.
Yeah,
then, you're wrong now.
Old freak.
Yeah.
Old Greek freak.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it.
Well, he can freak the Lakers, but that's...
He freaked in the Avalanche.
But I'm going to tell you what I think is the biggest thing we should peel away from what we've seen from the great, phenomenal performance he put forth tonight with 50 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Just a sensational performance, Scott. The man never ran from adversity.
I'm not sure anybody other than his parents get credit for them. He's humble and he's grateful. He's truly different.
He plays and goes out there and give those people 30, 21, and 12. Okay, so listen, here's the thing. One, availability. Not sitting out like some of the other guys by choice, but making himself available, coming out there and performing night in and night out. That's number one. Number two, right? Durability. He worked on his body, 50 pounds of muscle. You know what I'm saying? Controlling the paint. Can move and play the center. Do everything. And he's reliable. You could count on him night in and night out.
Many NBA legends and current players believe Giannis Antetokounmpo is one of the best in the game. They say he is a powerful force who could help the Miami Heat in a big way. They think his strength and skills would fit perfectly with the Heat style of play. Picture Giannis playing in Miami, teaming up with Jimmy Butler and making big plays every night. How would this team work together? The opinions from these players and legends are very interesting. If you scroll past, you miss it.
Talking about Giannis, the player who is tied with LeBron James for the most seasons of 30% usage and 60% true shooting in NBA history. We are talking
over a week ago is now official. The Miami Heat announcing they've officially traded for star Giannis Antetokounmpo and big man Bobby Portis. In fact, you already can buy the number 34 Giannis jersey at the team store down at Kaseya Center. In a statement, Heat President Pat Riley saying, in part, it's one of the great trades in Heat history. In my opinion, Giannis is one of the top 5 players in the league, and Bobby is one of the best power forwards. Riley went on.
This is why, like, MVPs and who the best player in the league, there should be these different categories, because when you look at this game, he's doing something different in every situation. You have him posting up, you have him ducking in, right? You have him fast break, you have him ISO, you have him pick and roll. Like, he's playing a full game of domination. Like, when you're looking at him like, all right, how do I guard him? And then you just watch the highlight, and he's running the pick and roll, catching the switch, ISOing, backing the little guy up, bully ball, fast break layup, pushing the break, making the pass. Like, he's doing every single thing there is to do in a basketball game.
NBA players have spent years talking openly about how dominant Giannis Antetokounmpo really is on the court. They describe him as a special talent who changes games in ways that few others can match. Kevin Durant once said on his YouTube channel that Giannis was the player he enjoyed watching the most, and that he believed Giannis could one day become the best player to ever play in the NBA.
On that, who else is on that level? Take yourself out of it. Who else is on that level where you're like, okay, they operate differently. They operate in a different tier than everybody else.
Joel, for sure.
He doesn't make sense.
It's ridiculous what he can do. I think Giannis is in that tier.
Against a guy like Giannis, a guy who's, up and coming, MVP candidate type guy. Does that get you excited,
No. I'm excited to just get the opportunity to play, so whoever's on the court, I'm up for it, just competing and going at each other and having some fun. So it don't matter who it is, but having a guy like that ups your level of play definitely makes you better as a basketball player, so I appreciate times like this.
What is some pros and cons about playing with someone like Giannis, playing with another superstar with you?
I think the pros are, you go out on the floor and it's easy to get lost in knowing he can dominate the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we get a rebound, the right play every time can be throw it ahead to him because he's that unstoppable in transition. Throw it to him on the block, he's that dominant.
That kind of praise from a superstar like Durant shows just how much respect Giannis earns from his peers across the league. Players who have faced him night after night often call him a beast because of the way he attacks the basket and finishes through contact. They point out that his combination of size, speed, and strength makes him very difficult to guard.
That team was great, though. Giannis is unbelievable.
Talk to us about his work ethic, because he seemed like the newest Shaq.
He got that Kobe. Right, he got that Kobe work ethic. That I want to be great. He just want to be great, bro. You say he can't shoot free throws, he in there shooting 1,000 free throws. He can't shoot a jumper, he's shooting 1,000 threes. That's why everything that comes with him, everything he doing, I know it. I've seen it firsthand. He want to be great.
Giannis a dog.
Team for 6 weeks while he's out, he seemingly never gets hurt. He's coachable. He's likable. He values stuff that my entire life has worked in every business I've been in. Work hard. There's a little American dream, not to be corny, but there's a little American dream to Giannis. If you come to America and you've got talent and you work.
I don't think it's a stretch to say he's going to go down as a top 15 player ever. I don't think it's a stretch to say he has a really good chance to be in the conversation as a top 10 player of all time. And I recognize that every modern NBA player has all the haters in the world. All the haters in the world. So Giannis travels too much. Giannis plays bully ball. Giannis can't make free throws. Giannis can't shoot jumpers. Great.
Bam Adebayo has talked about Giannis having video game abilities, especially in transition, where he seems almost unstoppable once he gets going. Those comments highlight how even fellow All-Stars see him as someone who operates on another level when he is in full stride.
I just feel like it's mano. That's effort, because he got a motor. That's one thing I say about that. He got a motor. It don't matter about all that skill and shit like that. He going downhill. That's all I can tell you. He's going downhill. So if you take that challenge, you better make sure you a technician at it, because he that Euro and he'll fuck around and dunk your ass.
Sure will. Left, right hand, all kinds of shit.
Don't matter. So for me, man, I just think you gotta really be a technician and pay attention.
Giannis can do nobody.
Domination wise, yes. But
Giannis is Shaq.
Skill for skill, you going KG.
Bro, yes.
Giannis is Shaq in like a guard form. Literally, he runs you over and dunk on you.
Legends from past eras have also shared strong opinions about his game. Shaquille O'Neal has compared aspects of his own playing style to Giannis and admitted in interviews that the Greek Freak represents a superior modern version in certain ways. Kevin Garnett has said he feels like a father figure to Giannis after working out with him years ago, and he expressed pride in how much Giannis improved his skills over time. These statements from Hall of Famers carry extra weight because they come from players who understand what it takes to dominate at the highest level. Coaches around the league prepare special game plans just to limit his impact, yet they still end up watching him take over key moments. Giannis averages strong numbers in points, rebounds, and assists while playing both ends of the floor at a high level. His ability to see the court and make passes out of double teams creates open opportunities for teammates. Players notice this and often mention how unselfish he stays even when defenses focus all their attention on stopping him.
Who's the best player in the Eastern Conference? Shaq just said he think it's Kawhi. You think
in the Eastern Conference?
Yes.
I have to go with Giannis.
Me too.
And Charles Barkley, our American Express teammates, the Freak, and his teammate who joins him as an all-star, Chris Middleton, who's got 7, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. First time since 2000-2001 that the Bucks have had multiple all-stars. Back then they had Ray Allen and
Ben Baker,
the big dog, Glenn Robinson,
as
their all-stars. But this time around it's the Freak and it's Middleton, and the Freak has got the attention of Shaq.
Do you know who's leading the NBA in scoring? I give you one guess. Man, go ahead and get this before the time run out. You know who it is.
Where's Kevin Durant been? On ice?
29. The best ability is availability. That's not Giannis's fault. 29, 11, and 6. That's what he's doing right now. And on the defensive end, he's about to do something no other player's ever done twice. MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. Has any other...
The idea of Giannis joining the Miami Heat excited many voices in the NBA because they knew exactly what kind of boost he would bring to an already tough and competitive team. Jimmy Butler brings intensity and experience, while Bam Adebayo controls the paint with smart defense and rebounding. Adding Giannis creates a front court that can overpower most matchups in the Eastern Conference. People familiar with the league understood that this move would give Miami a physical edge that is hard to replicate. Sarcasm aside, it feels almost obvious now that Giannis would fit so well with the Heat culture. He has praised their style of play in the past, noting how they fight for every rebound, move the ball, and keep competing without stopping. That mindset matches his own approach to the game, where he pushes through challenges and stays focused on winning. Players who know him well expect him to thrive in that environment because he already brings the same energy every night. One reason players call him a beast is his defensive presence. He can guard multiple positions and erase shots at the rim with his length and timing. Opponents have to account for him on every possession, which opens up chances for his teammates to make plays. Coaches design schemes to keep him away from the basket, but his quickness often lets him beat those adjustments and still make an impact. This two-way ability is what separates him from many other talented big men in the league.
By sending Tyler Hero in part of the package.
Those Heat.
The Heat got Giannis after all. 6 years later. 6 years later.
I want to start with this. What version of Giannis is Miami getting? You know, I think you can make comparisons to the Shaq trade back in 2004. Shaq was going into his age 32 season. Giannis is going into his age 32 season. And, you know, I've seen some mention of, well, the Heat might be getting a quote-unquote post-prime version of Giannis. And I'm here to tell you that that idea has no basis, no concept, no root in reality.
I'm a worker first, right? So I had this thing back home in Greece. I take a chair and I go to my balcony and I just sit out there. You know, after I put my kids to bed, I sit out there and I'm like looking at people, observing people, and I'm thinking about like the quest. Everybody has like this quest, and like I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, and I'm like, damn, like I've done everything I've ever said.
Kevin Garnett was not the only star to praise Giannis early in his career. Other players talked about his potential to take over games and carry teams deep into the playoffs. They saw the way he improved his footwork, added better touch around the rim, and learned to make smarter decisions with the ball. That growth turned him into a complete player who could score, pass, rebound, and defend at an elite level. Legends like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar have also been mentioned in discussions about great big men, and many compare Giannis favorably because of his versatility. The Heat understood this potential when they made the trade. They gave up pieces to bring in a two-time MVP who has already won a championship and knows what it takes to compete at the highest level. In Miami, he gets to play with smart passers and shooters who can space the floor for his drives. That setup allows him to attack closeouts and finish at the rim while forcing defenses to make tough choices. Players who have studied his game expect those drives to create easy baskets for everyone around him. It is funny how some analysts questioned the fit at first when the evidence was already clear from years of performances. Giannis has shown he can lead teams in the regular season and raise his level even higher in the playoffs. His motor never stops, and that relentless style fits perfectly with the Heat identity of toughness and execution.
I think we had a preseason game against Milwaukee, and I could tell just off, he looked like Bruce Lee. That was my first interaction with him. My first impressions of him is that he was very respectful and he was very timid. And then as I started working with him a little more, I noticed that he had a fire that he wanted.
What is the biggest reason the Bucks won Game 6?
Giannis. Skip, I'm about to say something I hadn't said in 5 years. Of the 450 current NBA players, I just watched the best NBA player last night. I watched him play one of the greatest finals game in NBA history.
Wait a second. What about GOAT James?
Giannis is it.
It's over?
Giannis is it.
Giannis is the best? Really? What about that?
What is the biggest reason the Bucks won Game 6?
Jen, I'm going to be honest with you. I almost feel like I'm being punked. Because this question is just too obvious. It has to be a trick question. There is only one answer to this. It is because Giannis Antetokounmpo played arguably, the greatest closeout game in NBA Finals.
Teammates in the past have praised his leadership and work ethic. because he holds himself accountable and pushes others to do the same. Bam Adebayo once described Giannis as almost unstoppable in transition, comparing him to LeBron James in how he pushes the ball and finishes plays. That kind of respect from a fellow big man who faces top competition every night says a lot. Other guards and forwards who have guarded him talk about the physical challenge of staying in front of his drives while also worrying about his ability to kick out to open shooters. The respect is real because they live with the reality of trying to slow him down. Coaches who have faced Giannis often say that game plans must account for his ability to dominate the paint and still affect the perimeter dot. The combination of Giannis with Jimmy Butler creates an interesting dynamic where two high-intensity competitors push each other and their teammates. Butler brings playoff experience and clutch scoring, while Giannis provides size and athleticism that can control the glass and protect the rim. Players around the league have noted how scary that pairing could be because both guys compete with an edge that wears down opponents over the course of games and series.
He's going to show up to work. He's going to punch in the clock. Number 3, trustworthy. You know he's going to tell those corny-ass dad jokes, but that's okay. He's going to go home. He's going to be with his family. He's going to do everything that he's supposed to do as a professional. Okay, as a professional. The organization could trust him. He's in great hands. Number 4, dominance, right? The most dominant player in the game when it comes to leading the league in paint points, when it comes to not being denied to get into the basket, snatching the screws out the rim. Number 5, team, right? The ultimate team guy.
The best player in the game right now.
If I had to pick, I think I might say Giannis.
Giannis taking flights and taking no prisoners.
How he impacts both sides, scoring, rebounding, how hard he plays. And like we all have off nights, but I feel like when he has an off night, it's still 25 and 15 instead of 40 and 20. And he's won a championship.
Kevin Garnett has publicly shared how proud he is of Giannis' development since their early workouts. He sees someone who took the work seriously and turned natural gifts into refined skills. That kind of endorsement from a defensive legend like Garnett carries special meaning because few players understand the nuances of front court play better. Garnett has watched Giannis add moves that make him even harder to guard in the post, and in space, Shaquille O'Neal has drawn comparisons between his own dominant inside presence and what Giannis brings to the modern game. In Miami, the spacing should allow Giannis to operate with more room to drive and kick. The Heat have shooters and playmakers who can capitalize on the attention he draws. This kind of supporting cast is exactly what players say he needs to reach another level of dominance. They believe he will create easy opportunities while still putting up big individual numbers because of his unselfish style and court vision.
All the time when I seen him in Vegas, I said, man, why don't you use the joint when you come middle? Come middle and dunk it. He like, go middle? I said, I'll go baseline and come back and dunk it. He said, I want to dunk him left though. I said, okay, then go middle, spin back. So we was, so I feel proud, man. I feel like a father, you know what I'm saying?
A player reminds you of yourself. When you see it from your perspective, you go, that look like me.
Giannis. I had a better shot, outside shot, but Giannis, because I was long, I could reach, and I could do that.
You dunking that.
I was dunking.
No laying up, nothing.
Nothing.
Everybody need to know, Spencer Haywood, put this on.
To get to where he got to.
Oh, because that guy's 1/10 of his inch of his toe was on the line?
This is what you told me.
All right.
You told me that if a guy goes to a guy's house and beat him, he is said the best player. That's what Giannis did. Skip Giannis last night. You and I both, what is the stat line? I say he'll give you 32, 14, and 6. And I tweeted earlier, I say, in order for them to force a game, the Suns to force a game 7, they're probably going to have...
The league has seen Giannis carry heavy minutes and maintain high performance even against top defenses. His ability to play through physicality and stay mentally strong is something teammates and opponents both admire. That toughness is a big part of why the Heat targeted him as the player who could push them back into serious contention. Adding a proven winner with his skill set gives them a front court that few teams can match on either end of the floor. It remains exciting to think about how defenses will try to adjust to this new Miami lineup. Legends continue to praise his growth because they see someone who respects the game and works to honor its history while pushing it forward. Kevin Durant predicted greatness years ago, and Giannis has delivered on much of that promise through consistent excellence and big moments. Other stars have echoed similar sentiments when asked about the top players in the league today.
Kyrie's got an erratic personality. Harden doesn't give you much on the defensive end. And LeBron, frankly, has been great, but he's old. Giannis has one hole. It's that free throw thing. And last night, he was Larry Bird. He's 26 and only getting better.
Nobody cares what city you're in anymore. This ain't the 90s.
If you had advice, if you could give him, if you could bend his ear a little bit, what would you tell him as he's approaching sort of maybe a crossroads in his career?
I would tell him they're probably throwing in his face bigger market. Doesn't matter. Social media.
This is what you told me.
All right.
You told me that if a guy goes to a guy's house and beat him, he is said the best player. That's what Giannis did. Giannis last night. You and I both, what is the stat line? I say he'll give you 32, 14, and 6. And I tweeted earlier, I say, in order for them to force a game, the Suns to force a game 7, they're probably going to have to withstand a 45 or a 50 piece from Giannis.
Okay. The Heat move feels like a natural step for a player ready for new challenges and a team hungry for another star to build around. With Giannis now in the mix, Miami gains a versatile force who impacts winning in multiple areas. Teammates will benefit from his playmaking, defenses will fear his athleticism, and fans will enjoy watching a true beast do what he does best every night. The rest of the NBA has good reason to pay close attention, because this version of the Heat looks built to compete at the highest level for years to come. They say he forces rotations that create wide-open looks from 3, and his quick decisions in those moments turn potential turnovers into fast break points. One veteran analyst, who some know as Stephen A. Smith, mentioned in an interview that Giannis is a remarkable player who never backs down from adversity. He breaks barriers to make insane decisions.
Not only is Giannis coming off his most efficient season of his career, he's coming off the best playmaking season of his career. And yeah, he only plays 36 games last year. And health is, always, something that you have to take into consideration for long playoff runs. But it was the first time he played under 60 games in a single season. And when he was on the court, he was as good as he's ever been. He's still at his peak. And we're in the day and age where primes are lasting longer than ever. So I don't want to hear anything about, well, his prime might only last 1 year. It might only last 2 years. We don't
But he didn't run from adversity. This is not a guy that lost in the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years ago to Toronto because he had a bad night. He had 4 bad consecutive games because Kawhi Leonard stood up in the locker room after going down 0-2 and told Coach Nick Nurse, I'm guarding Giannis. And he picked him up past half court and prevented him from going downhill. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, devoid of a perimeter shot, devoid of stout shooting from the free throw line, seemed relatively healthy.
He doesn't have to improve that other part of his game. He'd be unstoppable, man.
Well, he already is unstoppable.
I mean, he'd be even more unstoppable.
Hey, Greek freak, don't even work on that jump.
You're saying he couldn't be a better shooter?
Nope.
That's not going to help his game.
Well,
Draymond Green has spoken about Giannis in ways that highlight his long-term value, noting that while chemistry might take a short time to build, the payoff over seasons makes the move worthwhile for a franchise like Miami. Green explained that Giannis brings a championship pedigree and defensive versatility that elevates everyone around him once the group learns to flow together. That insight from a player known for his own intelligence on defense carries special meaning for how the Heat can maximize their new roster. Younger stars entering the league also study Giannis tape to improve their own games. They admire how he balances power with finesse and how he turns ordinary possessions into highlight moments through sheer will dot. And his willingness to adapt to new systems shows why so many respect his basketball journey. Miami fans can look forward to nights where the arena feels electric every time he touches the ball, while rival organizations prepare for the challenge of facing a more complete and dangerous version of a player they already fear.